It's your lovely Abbie Dagrin, and welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Today I'll be continuing a series on my channel that deals with natal chart analysis, and today I'll be doing one on Donna Summer, the queen of disco. I'll be speaking on her personality traits, her characteristic traits based off of her natal chart. I'll be speaking on how her natal chart has led to a lot of the success she's endured. So please stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then this is your calling to do so. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Please also make sure you hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. And last but not least, please make sure you share this video with everyone you know, whether it's your friends, your family members, your enemies, anyone who really likes this content, or anyone who really loves Donna Summer as a person. Now let's get right into the video, lovelies. Donna Summer was born on December 31st, 1948, so this qualifies her to be a Capricorn. So by her being a Capricorn, she's someone who's very much cardinal energy, earth energy, so she's someone who's always going to be ahead of the curve in a way in starting things because she wants to make sure she's accomplishing a lot of things. And by her having this placement, she's also someone who's very well grounded in her life. She's very well someone who's going to make sure that every single dream that she puts into existence is going to happen. Being a Capricorn sun really helps her do what she wants to do in life, and that's something that is very important for her. Also, having a Capricorn sun, she's someone who is going to go through things, but she is going to be always victorious in all the things that she goes through. So this really does describe her as a Capricorn sun. Next up is her moon in Capricorn, and with this placement she tends to be someone who's well-rounded, very rational, and very practical, and she's always knows what's best for herself. This is a very difficult placement to have, but usually people with this placement are able to accomplish a lot in life, and they're just very smart and intelligent. They are very much always knowing what the best thing is for them is, and that's something that is a gift for them. Also, with this placement, she tends to be someone who's very reserved and very quiet. She's someone who's very committed. Anything that she puts out there, she will do 100%. She's someone who's very realistic, and she wants a lot of real stuff to happen, and she's someone who doesn't live in the fantasy world in a little bit. She's capable and resilient. She's very practical, very ambitious. She doesn't really express her emotions, and she does have a little sarcasm to her. Up next would be her Mercury in Capricorn. So this is her third Capricorn placement, so she is a Capricorn stellium. She's someone who's blessed with a strong work ethic, and she has a reliable reputation. She's someone who's very calm and collected in interacting with others, and she feels or makes other people feel like they can depend on her. She's also someone who is very much going to speak how she feels, and she's going to be practical about how she feels, and she's great at having conversations with other people. She's able to reflect all of her traits in regards to her words, so communication is not an issue for her or anyone with this placement. They're able to communicate how they feel, and people are able to understand how she's being communicated to or in how she communicates. So this is actually another great placement to have, and it really does benefit you. Next up would be her Venus in Sagittarius, and this is a very interesting placement. So they are the types of people who really are very open-minded in relationships. She wants someone who is like that as well. She's someone who's very knowledgeable, very intelligent, very smart, very adventurous, energetic, and optimistic in relationships or in friendships. She's someone who wants to learn and experience with her partners. She's idealistic but wants someone who believes in the same things as her. She's someone who needs room. She's someone who's very friendly, flirtatious, a talented entertainer, and that's something she was. She believes that she's open-minded. She is someone who is gonna follow through on everything. She's honest with people and she's attracted to different people and different cultures. So this is actually a very interesting and great placement to have. Up next would be her Mars in Capricorn, and this is actually a great placement to have. Having Mars in Capricorn, you're able to be very ambitious, very strategic, very driven in her energy, and she's very focused in a harnessed and patient way. She's someone who tends to be very hardworking, and she's going to make sure that her wealth, success, and power come into intuition. And she's someone who has a lot of endurance, so regardless of what happens in life, she's going to make sure that she makes it and she does it, because she just knows that anything she puts her mind to and the amount of effort and time she puts into something is going to become big and interesting. That's something that is very much good for her. Also with this placement, she's someone who's going to make sure that all of her dreams are going to come true, even if it comes later on in life. She will make sure anything she does, she's going to put her head to the plow in a way. Up next would be her Jupiter in Capricorn. She has so many Capricorn placements. And with this placement, she is someone who has to gain wisdom in life in order to gain experience and to add to her tried and true methods. That's something that's very important and very knowledgeable. She has a lot of dedication and discretion in her life, and she's someone who's just very interesting and very much going to learn through a lot of things in life. Even though Jupiter in Capricorn is a very hard placement to have because it's the opposite of Jupiter in Cancer, which is a great placement, they're able to get the results that they need when they are demonstrative and concrete in regards to what they need in life. They are always cautious as to what they're going to do, and they're efficient but can be detached sometimes. But she's an excellent organizer and a planner. Up next would be her Saturn in Virgo. So with this placement, she's someone who's very industrious, and she is not afraid of hard work. In fact, she really enjoys working hard, and she's someone who's going to make sure that she is going to get everything done regardless of how hard or what needs to happen in life. She's someone who may be picky and stubborn and can bring a lot of problems her way. So that's one of the obstacles that come with this placement, and this can be very much something that can be in the way of her accomplishing things, even though she's a great entertainer. But her strength is that she has a lot of intellect and she's very practical. She's someone who's a perfectionist, and she focuses on the small things and figures, and sometimes in different situations, looking at the smallest things will really make you not advance. So that's something she would need to work on. Up next would be her Uranus in Gemini. And with this placement, she tends to be someone who thrives on new ideas, innovations, and loves adding to her wealth of knowledge. This is something that is a great placement because Uranus is a lot about innovation, and it is ruled by Aquarius. So having it in Gemini, she tends to have been someone who loved to do things that are different, loves to learn things that are different, adding to a lot of the wealth of knowledge she had, and just increasing it in the best way that she could. This is very great for her to do because she's someone who is a songwriter and someone who does different things in regards to music. So having a lot of knowledge is something that can really help create different types of music, and she's really changed disco world for the better. Up next would be her Neptune in Libra. And with this placement, she tends to be someone whose main goal is to eliminate confusion and come up with a viable answer that suits everyone. This is something that is very complicated sometimes when you're an entertainer, because you are going to target different groups of people, and being able to find an answer for everyone, that's not really possible. So that's something that can be very difficult. And she's someone who idealizes the various experiments approaching relationships, living together, formation of different things and collectives and open marriages. That's something that kind of weakens commitment on the emotional scale, but it heightens expectations of the level of commitment. And that's something that generation or anyone with this placement, they really do look into a lot. Up next would be her Pluto in Leo. And she's been able to gain this placement because she was born between 1939 and 1957. So basically the baby boomer generation. She's someone who's noticed and appreciated to shine. That's something that generation really appreciates. They're very much about individuality and creative expression. They're very proud and a lot of things in themselves. They're about international pride, national pride, big business, and different types of things that is about that generation. They're also the types of people who any kind of challenge thrown their way, they love it because it shows that they can overcome adversity. So being able to overcome anything is something that they really pride and they really love and they really appreciate. And it makes sense because it's a Leo placement, and Leo placements love to show how strong and how they're able to accomplish things. Next up would be her North Node in Taurus. So with this placement, she's someone who will need to develop these attributes, hidden gifts, and talents in order for her to really get what she wants out of life. So having loyalty is something that's important. Awareness of boundaries, taking things one step at a time, a sense of self-worth, awareness of personal values, having patience, honoring expressed needs of self and others, enjoying the 5 physical senses, gratitude, awareness of nurturing from Mother Earth, forgiveness and persistence. Also finding a way to be financial independent without alienating others, learning the way of the builder, connecting to the earth, asking for assistance without becoming dependent, learning from others' experiences, and using their knowledge to build future that you can foresee herself. Next up would have been her Chiron in Sagittarius. So having a Chiron in Sagittarius is very interesting because they do have the intense craving for the meaning and belief of something that is higher than them. And they're the types of people who are free thinkers and encourage others to find their own personal philosophies. And they also believe in different things, but they feel somewhat lost on some levels because they're very smart. They come up with original ideas, but sometimes they feel like the way that they think, the way that they believe is probably not the best way to do it. And that's something that can be very hard because sometimes what they'll do, they'll run away from these issues and just think about what they want to do. They'll travel and do other things, but their belief system sometimes can be challenged, and sometimes it can make them a little lost because they think to themselves, wow, my whole life I thought about this, and the fact that it's not happening is a little sad. Up next would be her ascendant/rising in Virgo, and with this placement, she tends to be someone who is very much reserved and shy in new settings. She can appear detached or critical, but she is someone who is very sensitive to bodily discomfort, but she's very dependable. She is someone who doesn't like PDA. She is attracted to those who need help as well. She can be overly worrisome and high-strung, and she's good at pinpointing details. She's someone who is very much not self-assertive, and she can be critical about how she appears to others. But she's someone who's never lazy or self-indulgent, and she is dedicated to a work ethic, and she's someone who's very graceful, very sensible, and very reserved. She's also someone who is going to help someone in need regardless of what's going on, and she's going to be able to accomplish every goal because of this. Last but not least would be her midheaven in Gemini. So people with this placement are quite charming and unafraid to use their charm to get ahead. And Donna Summer, she was a very charming person. So she's someone who's able to use her gift to really charm the whole world with her music. Because till this day, people listen to her music. She's someone who can manage so many things at once. That's very much Gemini energy and can be seen with 2 careers simultaneously. Creativity comes from her intuition and is understanding that everything constantly changes. She's the type of person who thrives best in a career that uses the deal or mental task in order for her to accomplish it. Music makes a lot of sense. She writes her own music, so being able to use her mind to create lyrics is something that really benefited her, and she was able to accomplish so much in her music career. That's all I have for you lovelies today in regards to Donna Summer's natal chart. Please let me know down below what your favorite song was of her. I know she passed away in 2012, but her music really lives on and it's just very great music. Please also let me know down below how you felt about her. Did you learn more about her, get a better understanding as to who she is as a person? Please also make sure you hit that subscribe button, also that notification bell, also that like button and that share button as well. Last but not least, please make sure that you are following me on all of my social media accounts from Pinterest down to TikTok. Please also make sure you share my links with everyone. Make sure you are supporting my PayPal, my Etsy store, and last but not least, my podcast. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovelies.